This past Friday, a jury returned a verdict against Rudy Giuliani, saying that he has to pay $148 million between Ruby Freeman and Shaye Moss, the two Georgia election workers that he, of course, was found liable for defaming. $148 million. So you would think maybe Rudy Giuliani's learned his lesson, right? I mean, we're talking about a guy who, according to reports over the last few months, is effectively strapped for cash. And this defamation lawsuit is really just the first in a long line of litigation that Giuliani is facing that could cost him millions and millions more than that verdict he got on Friday, right? He's got the harassment lawsuit from his former employee. He's got the Smartmatic lawsuit, the Dominion Voting Systems lawsuit. He's still got his Georgia criminal trial. So Giuliani is looking at financial disaster. And this ruling from the jury, the decision from the jury this last Friday, effectively already ruins him financially. But Giuliani has not learned a damn thing, because after the verdict came down, he told reporters, "I don't regret a damn thing." That's literally his exact quote. He says, "I don't regret a damn thing." He then continued, "The absurdity of the number underscores the absurdity of the entire proceedings. I'm quite confident when this case gets before a fair tribunal, it'll be reversed so quickly it'll make your head spin." There's a problem with that, though, that a legal expert pointed out on MSNBC following the jury's decision. In the state of Georgia, you can't just go and appeal a civil trial ruling because you're not happy with it. In order to do that, you have to put down what is called, let me find the word here so I don't screw it up, an appeal bond. And what an appeal bond is it's a sum of money equal to or greater than the actual verdict against you. So if Giuliani wants to appeal it, he has to put at least $148 million aside into this bond created by the court so that, upon appeal, as he goes through that, he can't declare bankruptcy. He can't move the money around so that the defendant or the plaintiffs do not get it. He has to set it aside. So if he wants to appeal it, he's got to have cash on hand in a separate account waiting to pay Ruby Freeman and Shaye Moss in case he loses on appeal as well. Now, there is another thing he is able to do that would require him to not have to put all of the money aside, and that is if he just appeals saying that the verdict against him was excessive. And we have seen, even in some pretty solid defamation cases where the defamation was obvious and the jury was conclusive, the amounts do tend to come down upon appeal. By the way, that's not just defamation lawsuits. That's really a lot of civil lawsuits. The amount finally paid ends up being far less, but even if that amount comes down, Giuliani is still looking at paying tens of millions of dollars to these two women for what he did. And by the way, their testimony was so intense that at least two members of the jury began crying while the plaintiffs were telling their story. So it's not surprising that they came back with this ruling. And of course, Giuliani is left with very few legal avenues. I know he thinks he can just appeal it and move on with his life, but Georgia's a little different, and it's not going to work out the way that Giuliani is hoping it will. One of today's video sponsors is Ground News, a news aggregator that helps to not only get you to the information that you need, but also shows you the left or right leanings of media coverage. Now, I'm an avid news consumer. In fact, it's my job to consume news all day long. But if I'm only consuming news from one side of the political aisle, then I'm only getting half the story. And that's where Ground News comes in. And it has become one of my go-to spots for news. On both their convenient app and website, Ground News pulls stories from all over the world and across the political spectrum. Stories are then grouped together by topic, and Ground News shows you the political leanings of the outlets that are reporting on the stories. For example, I've been covering the fraud trial of former President Donald Trump, and by searching on Ground News, you can see all the most recent stories in one place, complete with a political bias breakdown of the news organizations that are reporting on the same story. And as you can see, you can break things down and see the angle from the left, or from the center, or from the right. You can also get a summary of all the sources and compare quickly the differences in what's being reported. And all of the links go back to the original source of the article. You can also clearly see the ownership of all the sources covering the story. Ground News makes reading the news easier and more enjoyable. You can quickly drill down into a story to find out what's really going on. You can also become a smarter news consumer by gaining a deeper understanding of the complexity and nuance of different issues by identifying media narratives. And you can develop a well-rounded worldview because Ground News lets you see every side of every story with access to international perspectives that are hard to find. You can also browse the blind spot feed to see stories that are over or underreported by the left and right. Follow specific interests or create your own feed to get breaking news on a specific location, topic, person, or source. And you can check My News Bias to track your own reading habits and challenge your own bias. So go to ground.news/ROF to see through media bias and know where your news is coming from. Sign up through our link and take advantage of the holiday discount to get a 40% off Vantage level subscription for unlimited access, which is the one we use. That's ground.news/ROF, or simply click the link at the top of the video description below.